It is Thursday. Time to go on the docket with KMIR News legal analyst John Patrick Dolan.
Tonight we're going to start with Andrea Cardosa, the teacher who's just been arrested and charged with molestation of girls at her high school as young as 12.
Well, at an elementary school and a middle school, but quite some time ago, more than a decade ago. The interesting part of this, two parts. One is one of the victims, now 28 years old, called her on the telephone and illegally, technically, recorded the conversation and then posted it on YouTube. And then the person charged went in and gave a full confession, so that sort of takes care of that.
She confessed over the phone even, right?
She did. She acknowledged or ratified the allegations that were being made, and then law enforcement contacted her and she gave a confession. The other thing that's very interesting is this brings into play this statute of limitations extension that's very strange. If someone under the age of 18 is molested, it could be 20 years later, but if they reveal that to law enforcement and it hasn't been revealed before, there's a 1-year additional period of time to file charges. So this happens every once in a while. In this case, as I said, over a decade since this happened, but still obviously very difficult. And another victim came out after this first one went on the YouTube.
Right.
What about the legality, though, of recording the phone call without telling the other party they're being recorded?
Well, it is technically illegal, but this was not done at the behest of law enforcement, and frankly, I think probably law enforcement and the district attorney's office is going to let that one go, is my guess.
Right, but will the judge let it in?
Well, you don't really have to worry about it when she confessed.
Well, she's confessing.
That's true. That's
If
true.
she hadn't confessed, it would have been a different story.
Gotcha.
And what about this lawsuit with the Agua Caliente tribe and the water agency?
Well, of course, the drought that's taking place in California sort of really brings a focus to that, but the lawsuit was filed and they had their first court appearance the other day. They set a trial for a year from now. 3 federal issues to be decided. Are there Aboriginal rights that the tribe holds? What's the nature of those rights, if those rights exist? And then how much water do they have claim to? The problem they're claiming is that the local water district agencies have used more water than they should have. The aquifer is down, and the water they're bringing in from Colorado makes the water aquifer here much more salty. So it's a serious problem for everybody. The tribe is bringing it to our attention, and it'll be an interesting question if the tribe has claim to the water under the ground where the tribal lands exist, and that'll be a year or so before the trial, and frankly it probably won't go then. My guess is a decade or two by the time this finally gets decided.
We could long be out of water by then.
Indeed.
All right.
Thank you, John.
Indeed.
KMIR legal analyst John Patrick Dolan, thank you, sir. Still